My name is Steve Meter, and I'm the director for the Center for Smart Building and Community Design. The Center for Smart Building and Community Design at the University of Hawaii Sea Grant College program was the first such center in the country that was really dedicated to identifying the issues among the built, natural, and human environments in a way that was really trying to improve those interactions, looking at how the built environment impacts coastal environments and coastal communities. The Center for Smart Building and Community Design got started in 2003. Its inaugural project was the spring of 2004. The inaugural project at the center was looking at large-scale development plans for the district known as the Ewa area of Oahu, the west side of Honolulu, and also a much smaller community of about 50,000 people on the windward side known as Kailua. The center is a partnership between the School of Architecture and Sea Grant College program, both here at UH. Sea Grant's mission traditionally has been to look at the habitats, health of estuarine areas and coastal and marine areas. I'd really say that it was when Dr. Gordon Grahl, the director of the Hawaii Sea Grant program, came along. He took a look at the near coast and off coast impacts and saw that we were continuing to fix things at one end of the pipe, but really not going back to address the source. The built environment and the way we've been approaching the built environment for a long time has really been disconnected with the effects that the design and operation of our communities and our infrastructure and our business as usual with transportation and commerce. It's really been disconnected from the effects it's had on coastal areas. And the center has really been established to focus on what are those effects and how we can both best collaboratively and concertedly address them towards a positive future for the 21st century. Since the initiation of the Center for Smart Building and Community Design, a number of other centers have been created at Hawaii Sea Grant. We have the Center for Smart Building and Community Design, which was the initial one, and we also have the Center for Island Climate Adaptation and Policy, the Center for Marine Science Education, the Center for Sustainable Aquaculture, and the Center for Sustainable Coastal Tourism. As you might imagine, just by the titles, they do have areas of common ground and mutual benefit. The Center for Smart Building and Community Design has a variety of scales of projects that we've focused on over the years. It has been about 6 years, going on 7 since our start. We had, in the beginning, focus on planning issues and a lot of interface with the Smart Growth Program. We've had cooperative agreements with them, and we've made major inroads with development in Hawaii through our collaboration with the Smart Growth Group and the array of experts that we brought in to meet with local stakeholders and the community to be able to address different ways of planning and urban design for developments and redevelopments in Hawaii. There have been positive outcomes due to the collaboration and cooperation with the partners that we've chosen to work with, seeing more pedestrian-friendly outcomes in the state and planning practices that involve the community in a very early stage. Our work in the last few years has had more of a building focus. The University of Hawaii at Manoa, the main campus, has an enrollment of about 22,000 students. It's a research university with many laboratory facilities as well as classrooms, offices, and athletic facilities. We've been working with the university and national lab partners and experts from around the country to bring new standards of design to the campus. We are working with Lawrence Berkeley National Labs and other partners from around the country and local talent and the architects and engineers from Honolulu to deliver the first net zero energy building for the University of Hawaii system. And we are looking at the process of delivering this building as being as exciting as the outcome. the process of an integrated design team that works with iterative design approaches that are continually analyzed and improved for their performance, their functionality, and the delivery of comfort and improved quality of life for the occupants is done through this collaborative team effort with design simulation and design and performance analysis. They are also increasing the capacity of this university and its commitment to the greenhouse gas reducing building programs. It's also increasing the capacity of the local consultants in the architecture and engineering fields to be able to pull together integrated teams at an early stage in the project and deliver a product that would be better than had they not taken this new approach to building delivery. This approach to building design phasing is one that we see as progressive today, but will be standards of practice in 5 years. The Center has assisted the university in a number of policy ways. We've written the energy policy for this campus. It is now adhered to as a set of measurable goals that each building, whether retrofit or new design, has to measure its energy savings against those goals. We're working on new comfort standards for the university and the region for setting new climatically interactive building design approaches for the university and this climate region. And we're doing that within the university at the institutional/commercial building scale. And we're also working with external partners such as Forest City and the Department of Energy and the Department of Business and Economic Development and Tourism at the state level to deliver new approaches to building design at the residential level. So the center is looking to provide processes and measured outcomes that are quantitatively improving the built environment's performance and its delivery of comfort to its occupants, going beyond standard codes and mapping hopefully a path for the future for building design and energy conservation and reduction of climate change impacts. We've also had a number of second-tier partners that we work with that are internal to the university. And over time, those have been the School of Travel Industry Management and Hawaii Natural Energy Institute as two of the main ones we've worked with. The center's primary focus and mission is to integrate the activities focused on the natural, the built, and human environments, and to converge those activities in ways that are reciprocally beneficial to all of those areas. We find that traditionally, efforts in the built environment have been isolated disciplines which have not really talked, shall we say, collaboratively or even therapeutically to one another in a way that would ensure a more holistic outcome at the end. So what we've been trying to do from the very start is to understand the upstream and downstream influences and impacts of various activities regarding the built environment, looking forward in a way that we can identify which disciplines might be missing for a specific outcome and bring experts from those areas in so that we may be able to more fully and comprehensively address the issues that really underlie any project. Many of the disciplines have been the traditional ones of planning and architecture and engineering. But also we've been pulling in more of the natural sciences, really addressing the larger context of site beyond the boundaries of a particular building footprint, really looking at what we call in Hawaii an ahupua'a, which is from the mountain ridge to the reef district understanding of an area's flows. We look at these influences and impacts as far down the line as we can to be able to bring in the appropriate disciplines to fully address a variety of issues. We do this on a couple of planes at the same time. Most of our projects, if not all of them, are really focused on real on-the-ground activities or projects. We look at needs on the ground, whether it be within the university or within the larger community, and then evaluate whether we have, of course, any chance of making an improvement, but then also if in addressing that particular area or activity, if it has opportunities for our students, educational experiences. Will it then, as we go through this process, increase capacity within the university, within different disciplines, the School of Architecture or other sciences or allied disciplines? And also, will it increase capacity within the state, particularly in the planning, engineering, and architecture areas? And in so doing, we really are hoping that any project we become involved with will have a positive ripple effect outward that will then be able to stand as a model and have an influence well beyond its building footprint or the site footprint. And this is what we're continually looking for.